All right, let's talk about keeping the foot healthy and pliable, and a good routine that you can do that will help that. So you can take a ball. This is the vibrating hyper ice. It doesn't have to be one of these fancy ones. It could be simple as a lacrosse ball. You're just gonna roll your foot on the ball. You want to roll all over. Get under the toes, kind of to the side of the foot, inside of the foot, a little bit back close to the heel or on the heel. You don't have to put a whole lot of pressure, but you want to get a little bit. You're just trying to kind of massage it. You don't want so much pain that you're holding your breath. Just try to stay relaxed, keep your foot relaxed. Let it feel good. It should be enjoyable, especially the more you do it. Make sure you get both feet. You don't have to spend a lot of time. You might want to spend a lot of time, who knows? It might feel that good. But you don't have to. If you find a spot that's a little more tender, a little tighter, spend a little more time there. You can do this standing. I like to do it sitting. Again, just keep the foot relaxed. So after you've done that, you can sit on the floor, you can sit on the chair. What we want to do is take a tool, your finger, this is just a rectangle eraser. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to work in between the webbing of the foot. Okay? So the protrusions right there, we're going to go in between each one. We're going to do that. I'm going to show you how to use the eraser. Sometimes I use my finger. But just take the eraser and just push it through there. However you want to sit. Whatever works for you to get in there. And just work your way up. Okay? It's probably going to be tender when you first start doing this. And that's okay. Don't have to spend a lot of time on this either. Just make sure you're working all the way up the foot. In between each one. If you find one that's a little more tender, feels a little tighter, you can spend a little more time on that spot. Okay? So we work through those areas. Again, you can even just use your finger. Anything that you can get in there and kind of get a good pressure on that. Alright, so now I like to go to the back to the bottom, and now I'm going to bottom the foot. And now I'm going to explore the bottom of the foot. This right here, the plantar fascia, we want to really dig into that. If you want to take your thumbs and just kind of push into that, keep your foot relaxed. Just get some good tension on there. I like to take my elbow. I can get a lot more pressure. And I'll just kind of push on that, keeping my foot relaxed the whole time. Don't hold your breath. Don't make a pain face. You kind of pull that big toe back a little bit, get a little more tension on it. Just kind of work that area. Once you've done that, explore the rest of the foot. Kind of go pushing all over with those thumbs. Underneath each toe, the balls of each toe. And this should feel good. If you find any spot that's a little more tender again or tight, just maybe spend a little more time on that. Alright, after we've done that, I'm going to turn again. We want to take our foot and we want to be able to separate the toes. We want to pull the big toe away from the other toe. Okay, as you pull, we're just stretching it out here. And you might feel it kind of maybe ripping. And you want to get a light pull. If you pull too much, it can rip. You can get a sore there. We don't want that. So take your time. Work your way through each toe. Get a nice, good stretch. Okay, you can do it a couple times. Just one pass. whatever feels good at the time. All right, now what we want to do is pull one toe back and push the other one forward. So I'm going to pull my big toe back as I push the one next to it forward. We're just going to do that. Now I'm going to push the big toe forward and the other toe back. You're just going to work your whole foot that way. So work your way down each toe. One toe forward, one toe back. Just kind of supporting each toe. And again, you're going to feel a stretch probably in the webbing. And just be gentle with it at first. Give it time, it'll loosen up. Alright, after you've done that, I like to pull my foot back into a dorsiflexion in this position, and then I'm going to work each toe. So now I'm going to take just the big toe, and I'm going to pull it back towards me. You can support the whole toe, work your way down each toe. As you're pulling, you might feel it stretching in the bottom of the foot. Okay, and that's okay. Again, if it's super tender and you have a really tender toe, just be gentle with it. Just a light stretch. Your body will loosen up if you do this often enough. Just give it time. Okay, now I'm going to pull my foot back. So I'm going to pull it back, plantar flexion, and then I'm going to pull each toe back one at a time. So now you're getting a stretch in the front top part of the foot. You might or might not feel this through here, and that's okay. Also, your toes might pop while you do this. I'm just taking one toe at a time. I've got my thumb behind it on the bottom of my foot, and I'm pulling with the finger on top, kind of supporting the whole toe. I'm just working my way down. Okay, good. Now that we've done that, we're going to try to put our fingers in between each toe. And you want to get webbing to webbing as far down there as you can. Okay, really push it down there all the way to the webbing of the fingers. And if this is very painful, you can just kind of work on that and hold that. If it's not too painful over time, when you're ready, then you can start taking your foot through a big range of motion. Okay, I'm also kind of pulling my toes back as I go back and pushing them forward as I go forward. Nice big range, both directions. Doesn't have to be a lot of times, just good quality movement. You'll feel your ankle loosen up maybe your toes will pop. All that is good. Okay, good. So now, that webbing we pushed on earlier, or those tendons in between, I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to grab in between there, I'm going to kind of pull each one apart. Just working your way through the foot. So I'm just grabbing inside there, and I'm pulling apart. I've got my thumbs in the bottom of my foot pushing in as I push down with my fingers on the top part of the foot. I'm just kind of separating, if you will, those tendons, creating space in between there. Okay, then after that, I'm going to hold the tendons on one. I'm going to up and down, forward and back, if you will, with the one next to it. So as I'm moving that one, I'm holding the other one still. And I'm just going to work my way all the way through the foot, each one. And you'll start to feel the motion in there. It actually feels really good. So now we created a lot of space through here. After that, if you feel up to it, you can kind of pull on the toes. And you may get a pop. And you may not. And that's okay. When you're done, you want to be able to separate your toes. You want this ability so when you're exercising, walking, running, you can separate your toes, you can grip the ground. Okay, that's how our foot's designed to be due to bad footwear and just not really being conscious of it. We've lost that ability. So work on that. Do this every night if you can. Definitely spend some time with it, and you will see your feet loosen up and feel great. Hopefully pretty soon.